Hello everyone, let us discuss proof by mathematical induction. Ang kailangan nating i-prove is that 1 squared plus 2 squared plus 3 squared hanggang kay n squared is equal to this formula n times n plus 1 times 2n plus 1 all over 6 for all positive integers. Meron tayong given na series hanggang kay n squared. Tapos kapag napatunayan natin na totoo siya, then we will just substitute yung value ng n sa formula natin para makuha natin yung sum. Meron lang tayong dalawang steps when it comes to mathematical induction. Our first one, the easy one, this is our basis step. Ang gagawin natin dito is that gagamitin natin yung formula at our n is equal to 1, our first term, tapos titignan natin kung magiging pareho yung sagot niya. Kaya ang una natin gagawin, ipapakita natin na at n is equal to 1, ang magiging sagot natin ay yung first term natin which is 1 squared or just 1. Simula tayo sa formula, we have n times n plus 1 times 2n plus 1. This is all over 6. Tapos, dapat ang value niya ay equal sa first term which is 1 squared or just equal to 1. Tignan natin kung tama siya. So we just substitute 1 kay n dito sa formula. Kaya ito ay magiging 1 times n plus 1 will become 1 plus 1. Tapos 2n plus 1 will become 2 times 1 plus 1. And then, this is all over 6. Dapat equal siya sa 1. Tuloy na lang natin dito yung solution. So we have 1 times yung 1 plus 1 that is 2. Tapos 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 that is equal to 3. And then this is all over 6. Dapat equal siya to 1. Tapos we have 1 times 2 times 3. This is equal to 6. So 6 over 6 is equal to 1. And then finally, yung 6 over 6 that is just equal to 1. So napatunayan natin that our 1 is equal to 1. Tama yung formula for n is equal to 1. Ngayon na naayos na natin yung basis na tama naman tayo sa unang term, kasi kapag dito pa lang mali na tayo, wala nang sense na ituloy pa yung proving. Kasi kung sa una pa lang mali na, paano pa sa susunod? So with that, pwede na tayong tumuloy sa ating pangalawang step. Ito yung mahabang part ng proving. We have our inductive step. So let me write down here. We have our inductive step. Dito naman gagawa tayo ng assumption. So we will assume na yung value ng n natin is still true at any value, any variable k. This is for all positive integers. Ito yung concern natin kasi ang pinag-uusapan natin ay yung terms given a series. And then kung totoo siya hanggang kay k, dapat totoo rin siya dun sa mga susunod pa na terms after k. So with this, for our inductive step, ito yung ipapakita natin. We have to show that n is still true hanggang kay k plus 1. Kasi kung magiging totoo siya dun sa susunod na term kay k, then magiging totoo na rin siya dun sa mga susunod pa na terms. So let us check our given values. Ang gagawin lang natin, this is our series. Yung n, yung assumption natin, papalitan natin siya as k. Dito sa parehong left side at right side. Isulat natin yung assumption. So we have our series, 1 squared plus 2 squared plus 3 squared plus, yung given natin kanina ay n squared pero dahil mag-a-assume tayo, yung n papalitan natin ng k. Kaya yung n squared will become k squared is equal to, same sa formula, yung n ay magiging k, so we have k times k plus 1 times 2k plus 1, and then this is all over 6. Kaya given this series, uusod tayo ng isa pang term. Isulat natin siya, we have 1 squared plus 2 squared plus 3 squared. Tuloy lang tayo hanggang kay k squared. Tapos kukuhanin natin yung susunod na term kay k squared. Yung k, papalitan natin siya ng k plus 1. So our next term, we add our k plus 1. Tapos this is raised to 2. We are doing this assumption. Ang tinatrabaho na natin ay yung susunod na term after k squared. Tapos dahil nagdagdag tayo dito sa left side, ang last term na natin is not k, but our last term is k plus 1. Kaya dito sa formula, lahat ng k, papalitan na natin siya ng k plus 1. Kaya kapag sinulat natin to, we have our k that becomes k plus 1. Tapos yung nasa loob na k plus 1, yung k will become k plus 1. Tapos meron pa tayong plus 1. So we write down k plus 1 plus 1. And then multiply natin, we have 2k. Baguhin natin yung grouping symbol. This is 2 times yung k ay magiging k plus 1. Tapos we add yung another plus 1. And still, this is all over the denominator 6. Ito yung assumption natin. Ito ngayon yung papatunayan natin. Now, how do we start? Kailangan muna nating tanggalin yung series na to kasi hindi pa tayo makakapag-evaluate. Dito na natin gagamitin yung assumption natin. Kasi yung 1 squared plus 2 squared plus 3 squared plus hanggang k squared, this is just equal to this formula in terms of k. Kaya ang gagawin natin dahil equal sila, ipapalit na lang natin yung formula dito sa series na nandito. So we write down dito sa baba, the series will become k times k plus 1 times 2k plus 1. This is all over 6 plus yung dinagdag natin na k plus 1 squared. So isulat natin to dito, we have k plus 1 squared. And then we write the same right side kasi ito yung papatunayan natin. When it comes to proving, it is a good practice na yung isang side lang muna yung galawin natin kasi kapag pinagsabay natin sila, it may confuse us. Kaya isusulat lang natin yung right side para alam natin yung goal. Ang goal natin is yung left side ay maging pareho dito sa right side. Pero depende naman yung sa teacher ninyo kung ipapagalaw niya yung right side. Pero for this one, we will do it properly. Kopyahin ko lang yung nasa right side, fast forward na natin. For this part of the solution, gagawa tayo ng paraan algebraically para etong nasa left side ay maging kamukha ng nasa right side. Kaya tignan muna natin yung denominator dahil meron tayong 6 dito, dapat yung k plus 1 squared magkaroon din ng denominator na 6. Kaya para magawa natin yun, given this k plus 1 squared, let us multiply 6 over 6 kay k plus 1 squared. Kasi kapag ginawa natin to, yung k plus 1 squared natin, it will have the denominator 6. Kasi eto, this is just equal to 1. If we multiply by 1, then pareho pa rin naman yung sagot. Multiplying 6 sa numerator, we have 6 times k plus 1, and then squared all over 6. Ngayon, nakapag-produce na tayo ng same denominator na 6 kay k plus 1 squared. Kaya pareho lang to, dito, let us do our substitution. Kaya isulat natin siya dito sa baba. Yung unang term natin, wala pa naman tayong ginawa, so we have k times k plus 1 times 2k plus 1. This is all over 6 plus the k plus 1 squared will become 6 times k plus 1 squared all over 6. And then same right side, fast forward ulit tayo. Ngayon, pareho na yung denominators nila, then we can proceed with our addition. Kasi when it comes to addition of fractions, pwede lang tayo mag-add ng numerator kapag pareho na yung denominators nila. Then tuloy tayo sa solution, let us merge the denominator nitong dalawang terms and then mag-multiply na rin tayo nitong part na to. Isa-isa lang muna, let us multiply k to k plus 1. So you have k times k and then k times 1. Ingat lang din sa grouping symbol, so dapat magkakasama sila. We have k times k, that is k squared. And then k times 1, that is just k. Same, this is still 2k plus 1. So we add, meron tayong 6 times. If we multiply k times 1 by itself, pwede kayo mag-expand using this. So k plus 1 times k plus 1. O kaya naman, gamitin nyo na yung formula for the square of a binomial. This is just equal to k squared plus 2k. Ito yung equivalent ng k plus 1 squared. Pareho sila by expansion. And then, they all share the same denominator, that is 6. Then, isulat natin yung right side ulit. Then ano pa yung pwede nating masimplify para magkapareho yung left side at right side? Yung numerator na lang naman ang gagalawin natin kasi pareho na sila sa denominator. So let us perform our multiplication. We have k squared times 2k, tapos k squared times 1. So we have k squared times 2k, that is 2k cubed, tapos k squared times 1, that is just k squared. The next term, si k naman, siya yung imumultiply natin kay 2k tsaka kay 1. So we have k times 2k, that is just equal to, so let me correct, this is 2k cubed, raised to 3 tayo dito. So going back dun sa multiplication, this is 2k squared, and then k times 1, that is k. Then okay na tayo dito sa part na to, then let us proceed dito sa kabila. Let us multiply 6 dito sa terms na to. So we add 6 times k squared, that is 6k squared. 6 times 2k, that is 12k. And then 6 times 1, that is just equal to 6. Medyo mahaba na siya, then this is all over 6. Then we have the same right side. Sulat ulit natin. Then hanapin natin yung term sa left side na magkakapareho yung variables. Yung 2k cube, siya lang naman yan, kaya iwan na natin. So we have 2k cube. Tapos hanapin natin yung merong k squared. We have k squared plus 2k squared plus 6k squared. 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 6, that is 9. So we have plus 9 k squared. Tapos yung may k lang, we have k and then 12k. So that is just equal to 13. And then lastly, isa lang naman yung walang variable na k, we have our 6, so we add 6, and then this is all over 6. Then we copy the right side. Ngayon, ang problema natin, meron tayong variable with an exponent of 3. Paano natin siya masisimplify etong buong to para makarating tayo dito? Since we have the products of term, eto ay k plus 1, tapos eto ay k plus 2, tapos yung nasa kabila, this is, kapag nag-distribute tayo, 2k plus 3, kailangan natin gumawa ng paraan para etong part na to will become equal to this. So again, dahil product sila, let us get the factors of this one, dapat maging pareho siya dito. Kaya ano yung pwede natin gawin para makuha natin yung factors ng merong exponent na 3? You may do long division or para mas maikli, we can do our synthetic division. So how do we do synthetic division? Again, kuhanin natin yung coefficient ng terms natin. So we have 2, 9, 13, and 6. Sulat natin siya dito. We have 2, 9, 13, and then 6. Tapos saan natin siya i-divide? Dito, hindi na tayo mahihirapang mag-isip or mag-trial and error kasi kita na natin yung factors dito sa right side. Kaya pipili na lang tayo. So let us select yung mas madali, syempre, yung k plus 1. Kapag inequate natin siya, k plus 1 is equal to 0, then our k is just equal to negative 1. Ito ngayon yung ilalagay natin dito. Pwede nyo rin naman gamitin yung k plus 2 o kaya naman yung 2k plus 3, pero mas madadalian tayo kay k plus 1. Kaya isulat natin dito, we have our negative 1. Tapos when it comes to synthetic division, bababa lang tayo. Yung term na una, ibababa natin dito. So we have 2. Tapos ang gagawin natin, imumultiply natin siya sa nandito. So we have 2 times negative 1, that is negative 2. Tapos again, addition tayo, pababa. 9 plus negative 2, this is 7. Tapos susunod, yung 7, siya naman yung imumultiply natin kay negative 1. 7 times negative 1, that is just equal to negative 7. And then addition pababa, 13 plus negative 7, this is 6. And then 6 times negative 1, this is negative 6. Tapos magiging 0 na tayo. Then etong 2, 7, at 6, sila na ngayon yung magiging coefficient nung degree or nung exponent na mas mababa kay 3, which is 2. Kaya eto ay magiging 2, tapos variable k, so this is k squared, plus 7k, plus 6. Tapos dito naman kay negative 1, sabi nga natin kanina, nanggaling tayo kay k plus 1 is equal to 0. Nilipat lang natin siya, kaya naging negative 1 yung ginamit natin. So this is still k plus 1. Kaya etong part na to na nasa numerator, our 2k cubed plus 9k squared plus 13k plus 6 is also equivalent to this one. Then pwede kayong tumuloy sa synthetic division dito sa part na to, pero quadratic equation na naman siya. Kaya we can do our trial and error. And meron na rin naman tayong goal. Ito na rin naman yung isasolve natin. So, kunin naman natin yung factors ng 2k squared plus 7k plus 6. Kung titignan natin yung sagot natin, meron na tayong k plus 1. Tapos, etong k plus 2 times 2k plus 3, ito yung goal natin. Titignan na lang natin kung etong part na to is already equal to 2k squared plus 7k plus 6. Kaya isulat na lang natin to, tapos i-check natin siya. So, we have the factors k plus 2 times 2k plus 3. Tapos, wag natin kalimutan yung pangatlo natin na k plus 1. Then, as we check, yung una, k times 2k. So, this is 2k squared. Tapos, yung pangatlo natin, we have 2 times 3. Pareho siya kay 6. Ang i-check na lang natin ay kapag pinag-multiply natin yung inner terms saka yung outer terms, dapat pareho sila dun sa middle term natin na 7k. So, we have 2 times 2k. This is 4k. Tapos, yung nasa labas, k times 3. Eto. This is just equal to 3k. Kapag pinag-add natin, this is equal to our middle term that is 7k. Kaya yung k plus 2 times 2k plus 3, siya yung factors ng 2k squared plus 7k plus 6. Kaya after using our synthetic division tapos trial and error ng quadratic equation, yung given natin na nasa taas, we have 2k cubed plus 9k squared plus 13k plus 6. Eto, this is just equal to k plus 2 times 2k plus 3 times k plus 1. Pagpalit-palitan na lang natin siya following this order yung kailangan natin sa right side. So, after our long process, unahin natin yung k plus 1. So, we write down k plus 1. Tapos, ang susunod ay k plus 2. So, this is k plus 1. Tapos, ito si k plus 2. So, we write down k plus 1 times k plus 2. Tapos, yung pangatlo natin na 2k plus 3. And then, this is still all over 6. Kaya isulat natin, this is all over 6. Tapos we write the same right side. Then let us proceed dun sa last line natin. Kung titignan natin yung given values, okay na tayo kay k plus 1. Tapos yung k plus 2, dahil yung 2, this is just equal to 1 plus 1. Paghiwalay na lang natin siya. Tapos, yung 2k plus 3, pwede natin siyang isimplify as, paghihiwalayin ko yung 3, gagawin ko siyang 2 plus 1. So, we have 2k plus yung 3 will become 2 plus 1. Tapos, etong part na to, 2k plus 2, I will be factoring out 2. Kaya this is 2 times k plus 1 plus 1. So, we can say that this part, 2k plus 3, is also equal to 2 times k plus 1 plus 1. Then, isulat na natin siya. We have our k plus 1. Tapos yung k plus 2 will become k plus 1 plus 1 times yung 2k plus 3, this is also equal to 2 times k plus 1 and then plus 1. This is all over 6. And then our right side, this is also equal to same. Wala naman tayong binabago. We have k plus 1 times k plus 1 plus 1 times 2 times k plus 1 plus 1. Then this is all over 6. Then yung left side at right side ng equation natin ay pareho na. With this, we were able to prove na totoo pa rin yung equation kahit na yung n natin ay naging k plus 1. So therefore, with this process, we can say that our original given value, 1 squared plus 2 squared plus 3 squared plus hanggang kay n squared is equal to the formula na ginamit natin, which is n times n plus 1 times 2n plus 1, and then this is all over 6. You were able to prove that this equation is true by using mathematical induction. Hello everyone! I am Sir Kenneth of STEM Teacher PH. Kung nakatulong sa'yo itong video na to, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell para updated kayo sa ating uploads. Bye!